Hi there, I'm solo on this one. Wish Socks and Goon, would have been a part of this one, but alas, here we are. E3 2017 came and went. A lot of things both confirmed and denied. A lot of things not there. Just gonna quickly brief over them right quick and what I think about it. Super toot sweet. If you don't like people rambling on about video games as well as having them right here in the top corner, then this video is not for you, and I apologize for wasting your time. If this is your thing, stick around, because I will probably cover almost everything. I'm going to try and not get to Nintendo, because I don't have a Switch. The only thing I want to Switch for right now is probably ARMS. But apparently, down at the bottom of this list, I have Kirby Co-op, Metroid Prime 4, Fire Emblem Warriors. I mean, does Dynasty Warriors honestly change between games? Quick answer, no. Check out the fucking shirt I'm wearing. I fucking love this shirt. It's a great shirt. It's comfy. It's a Fruit of the Loom. Alright, back to the basics, though. Back to what I was talking about. Sony, during their press conference, they were talking about 4K gaming, as well as, of course, Xbox and Microsoft. But when they were out on the floor, they had their 4K televisions, their new Vizio, whatever the hell they want to call them now. And, of course, virtual reality. They kept plugging it and saying it's better augmented with it. Now, what does that mean for an average consumer like myself, where I don't go out and get all the peripherals, but at the same time, I mean, it interested me. The gameplay seemed a little choppy for the Skyrim over at the Bethesda, but it's VR. VR seems to be the way of the future. They're saying they're going to start doing movies in VR and give them exclusive access, but at the same time, I don't think that this is going to be the way to go with some games. Skyrim, plugged for the 5th year in a row, every single year. And Todd Coward was a no-show. I'm glad that a couple people coined this little phrase. Let's get right into DLCs. Dishonored is having its own standalone, kind of like fucking Blood Dragon, kind of like fucking Wolfenstein: The Old Blood, that kind of thing. I'm okay with it. I haven't finished 2 yet, but hey, good to see more Bethesda content. I do enjoy seeing Bethesda working hard on something. Horizon Zero Dawn and the Frozen Wilds, it interested me to buy the game, but I'm gonna wait till it goes on sale. I don't know. Ever since Far Cry 4 was a disappointment to me, I'll leave that alone. I mean, it looks good. It looks great. Just not me yet. Quake Champions with, of course, the DLC characters of BJ Blazkowicz and maybe Doom Guy and Quake Guy. I don't fucking know. They were the last Quake. The last Quake I honestly locked down with was Quake 4, and I didn't like it too much. Quake 1 and 2 are my old jams where you can rocket jump and all that nonsense. Breath of the Wild, I think this is like one of the first major DLCs for a Nintendo game that I've seen anyways. Very interesting. I was like, okay, this looks good. If I had a Switch, I'd be in for it. Battlefield 1, In the Name of the Tsar. That's a sick ass. There was also one more DLC lockdown from the EA conference. I didn't care too much to watch the rest of it after they had plugged a couple games. Some indie developers have been amiss. Devolver. I don't know what Devolver had planned going into this, but it was entertaining. Like, it was one of those sketch shows that you see on Adult Swim late at night that you don't quite know the name of, but at the same time you're like, I mean, it's on. It made me chortle as soon as it's something that caught the eye. But at the same time, it's like, this is supposed to be, it's supposed to be something that, draws people to buy something. It's supposed to be an electronic expo that people are It was good, just not great. I don't know what to really say about. I mean, I don't even think they plugged any that isn't already out or confirmed. They didn't really plug anything. I love you, Devolver. I love most of the things. I mean, I'm a lazy person. I've been up for the past like a year and a half, looking at all these things. I'm joking. Indie games are pushing really hard right now. How hard? Starbound just had a really great update. looks really good. Mechas, they have better drop systems, better attack systems, all that good stuff. Let's hop right into what I've been going down the list of. Metro Exodus. I was a fan of Metro 2033 and a fan of Metro Last Light. Metro Exodus kind of gives you a half. It looks like a halfway decent open world. And strange bears. I don't. It looks like fun, but at the same time, I'm not gonna probably buy it at launch. I'll wait to hear some things. Assassin's Creed Origins looks fantastic. Having a loot system that it makes you feel better when you're taking someone down, but then you have an $800 collector's edition. Go on, EA. Let's hear it. Or not EA, I'm sorry, Ubisoft. Ubisoft had a bunch of... That is Ubisoft's, like, go-to. Oh, the game probably won't make money? Let's see how many people will love it when we put out, like, a $500 to $700 collector's edition that has a measly statue that was easily, probably either 3D printed or mass-produced to a real degree. Not a finite degree, not like 1,000 units total. No. It's like 8,000 units, and they say 1,000 units. State of Decay 2. I am always down for zombies. I do enjoy zombies in a sense of seeing a guy ripped torso in half that got me on board. Will I buy it at launch? None of these games I don't think I will buy at launch. Let me put that preface out there just to distance myself away from making any obligations. The reason why, everything at launch right now has been coming out with problems. I mean, I was hyped for No Man's Sky, and we all know how that. The last night I briefly said something about it. It looks good, looks great, very very artistic. I hope it is like a mild detective-esque game. It didn't really show off too much gameplay. It looks good. I just don't want to hold my hopes up too high for any of these. There was no spots for Bloodborne 2, Last of Us 2, Hotline Miami 3. Like, they had a lot of opportunities to announce games that could potentially come out. Hotline Miami 2 was a great success. I would love to see a third. Why not? Bloodborne was great. Bloodborne 2, or whatever the hell they want to call it next, go for it. FromSoft, you have the engines, you have the testers, you have a lot of people at your disposal. The Surge didn't do it for me. The Surge did not. Back on to points. Need for Speed Payback, Project Cars 2, Forza Motorsport 7, Gran Turismo Sport. All of them look down the line pretty. Forza Motorsport more than the rest. Payback, on the other hand, looks like it's trying to go back to old school, but at the same time, can we get a Need for Speed Underground 2 HD remix? Anything like that? No? Okay. I want to go back to running around in fucking circles, going to little checkpoints and going, yeah, I'll race this race, I'll drift this drift, I will drag this drag, while listening to fucking Get Low by fucking Lil Jon. That would be amazing. Vampire. I watched the gameplay. It looked mediocre at best. Your decisions on NPCs are how you upgrade your own materials. Just eat them all and go. Like, what good benefit would be there if the NPCs are alive? There better be something you need if they're alive. Like, oh, if you kill too many, they'll come after you because they'll know it's you. No, like, I need an actual reason not to. Give me a reason not to. A Way Out looks like a nice little jailbreak scene. It reminds me of the TV show Prison Break, but at the same time, I don't know. It's one person obviously wants to get out for a family. One wants to get out just because he has a way out. Sea of Thieves and Skull and Bones. Pirates seems to be a real popular theme this E3. Skull and Bones looks really good in a sense of just turn to port and just start firing, that kind of thing. Meanwhile, you have Sea of Thieves, which is a little bit more cartoony, but at the same time looks just as fun. Looks just as fun. I don't know how online play into either or. It looks like Sea of Thieves is all cooperative, maybe 4v4 ship battles, maybe. And then you have Skull and Bones, which has zero. I have zero ideas. I haven't seen any of the gameplay because I don't think anyone's pushed. Darwin Project. It seems that PubG is very popular, and so they said, let's capitalize on that, but let's have fucking commentators go fucking ham and start yelling over everybody just to get into the idea of... What was that one game? What was that one game with the shoutcaster that was just going fucking nuts? At this point, it doesn't matter. It just seems like it's a more smaller PUBG in a secluded area with finite resources. Go ham. Go be last alive. And that brings me up to my next thing. PUBG and do we really enjoy killing each other? Answer is yes. PUBG interested me on Steam. Played it on Steam. Doesn't exactly hold my appetite. I do enjoy it, just not that much. Life is Strange 2? Now, the reason why I say it like that is we both know, and by we both, I mean that one other person that's watching this. Appreciate it. That Life is Strange Part 2, After the Storm, is in production. That's why a different developer is working on Life is Strange Before the Storm. I don't like prequel games. The only exception that I have to that is probably Yakuza 0. I want to say there might be one more, maybe. I don't know. I wish I had something to give to this. I wish I had something to say to a prequel game, because you know how it's going to turn out. With Yakuza, it had a great story. It was like, okay, here's some main characters, but do they die? Do they leave? Do they get exiled? Do they get mortally wounded? Do they mortally wound us? Are they the ones who mortally wound us? It piqued my interest at every chapter, while this one just makes it seem like, okay, we know who you entangled with, we knew you had this person, we knew she's not going to be there. That's it. Not a lot of character building, and then not a lot in the prequel. We're talking a lot of character building for certain characters, and then going back to the prequel and knowing what happens already. Unless they had some weird time warp powers in the prequel, then it might get a little bit funky and a little interesting. But so far, bad. Kingdom Hearts 3 did a little bit of a peekaboo. Still no release date. Don't care anymore. Just like Cuphead, I don't care anymore. Even though that has a release date now, I don't care anymore. It's come... I love Cuphead. I love the visuals, the aesthetics, everything of it. The bullet hell, I love it all. Just, it took too... I don't want to say it took too long. It's just, don't tease me 2 years ago with something, and then all of a sudden say, here you go. Same thing with Kingdom Hearts. It's been fucking God, 2012 that we saw that little teaser. I'm good. And you also keep giving us like 1.5, 2.5, 1.9 HD remix hype edition. Code Vein. Why did it remind me of like God Eater meets Dark Souls meets World Ends With You? We'll go with that one. That one looks good. It looks really flashy from all the clothing, but at the same time it looked real gritty like Dark Souls. I'm gonna wait till some more gameplay pops out, and I'll make my call. Tormentor X Punisher, welcome to Planet Fuck You. I just found it cute. I just found that one cute. DBZ Fighter, Dragon Ball Fighter Z. It's made by Arxis. They're not gonna fuck. They have yet to fuck up anything, really. They have a few bad spots as far as getting a game out at a certain time, but I don't think they've made a bad fighting game. Ori and the Will of Wisps. The trailer was emotional. It was like, okay, got a heartstring. I've only made it through, I'd say 45%. No, I'd say a lot longer of Ori and the Blind Forest, and then I just kind of accidentally spoiled myself on the ending, and it kind of just threw it all together in my mind. It was very interesting. I like it. I'll lean toward the buying. If I'm leaning toward buying anything, it's probably going to be the DBZ, probably Kingdom Hearts 3 when it comes out. And Ori and the Will of Wisps. It's already on Steam and pre-purchase, if I'm not mistaken. So, alright, Terry Crews seemed really out of place in the Crackdown 3 trailer.
We're gonna light it back up.
Not bad, just out of place. People are casting him as Doomfist in Overwatch. So hopefully the DC light a day for that. Yeah, we do. All right, games that are moving from PC to console. PubG, Black Desert Online. I'll admit, I saw screenshots, I've seen gameplay of it. A buddy of mine was streaming it not too long ago. I'm not one for MMOs. Minecraft 4K plus virtual reality. They fucking going ham on trying to plug Minecraft in 4K. Speaking of child's games, they were pushing two that one looked interesting. One looked very interesting, called Moss. And you play a little tiny mouse, and you go through the adventures. I don't know what the premise, I don't know the story, but it looked really good. That end cut of him versus the giant rattler. Oh yeah, that was good. And the other one is Super Lucky's Tale. And I was like, this just looks like a coin grind 'em up, kind of like Mario. Didn't exactly catch the old eye, but it was something to look at. Tacoma just looks like a space exploration thing, kind of like, the fuck did I just go through? The something project. I don't know. Look at me, I'm just fucking rambling for an hour about video games. Deep Rock Galactic looks like Minecraft, but with grit and beards and Gatling guns and flamethrowers. I don't know. If it's just Mr. Driller with friends, I'm all for it. The Artful Escape, I fucking don't know what that shit was. I just saw the trailer. I didn't see if there was any gameplay, but the trailer threw me off. It was just a person like me dressed up in all pink, pink and red, was going down the street, and then all of a sudden he gets a fucking guitar, gets in a fucking skull head, fucking subwoofers all over the place, going fucking nuts. I don't know. I left that one alone as soon as I saw it. Middle Earth, Shuduzawa! Shuduzawa! Having played the PS3 version, the PS4 version, and a little bit of the PC versions of Shudu Amudu, PS3 version chugged ass, only had up to, I think, I want to say about 8 characters on screen at one time before shit in the bed. PS4 bumped it up to at least, I would say 12. 12 ran, it ran better. And PC, of course, just dished it out. It I think had like 15, and I was able to get away, and it felt good. But if you're gonna have something that's that crossover and it's that embedded between them, such as 8 for PS3, 10 for PS4, 12 for PC, you gotta kind of level it out as far as difficulty if they're supposed to be the same amount of difficulty. I didn't like Shadows of Mordor. the trailer for Shuduzawa. Now that was a trailer. That's how you do a trailer. You give me a little thing to chuckle out. Yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot. Anthem. That caught my attention big time. Liking Destiny, but not liking the grind, was one thing that I can say that I want more of. And with BioWare, I believe it was, God, it was such a simple word. What was that one word? It was a simple, like, It was a game that they had published way early on. No one grasped the concept of it because it was like medieval but futuristic, and it had like Norse mythology feeling, and it was a bit strange, but it had a great leveling system. I can't quite recall, but they're bringing something similar to that, where it's not you have your strength, you're already strong. These upgrades and levels are not to make you stronger, they're to keep you strong. BioWare knows how to do that. Dissidia. I blew 2,000 hours on the first one, a little under 1,000 on Duodecim. This new one might get me. I might actually stay away from it. It looks a lot different. It looks card gamey to me. From the perspective I've got, it looked card gamey. It looked like, here's my Trump card. Oh, Trump. Moving on. Battlefront 2, Star Wars. Looks like, and they were saying, hey, it has a story mode now, so it's not all online-based weird shooters. Neutral. Never been a fan of Star Wars. I did enjoy the OG Battlefront 2 way back when. But I think I'm gonna let this one pass by again. What the fuck is Halo Wars 2 and why should I care? Evil Within 2. I have the art book for one right there. It's a big old thick tome. All the art is nice. None of that really portrayed in the game. I want it. I want Evil Within 2 to succeed. I want it to look good. I want it to play good. I don't want none of that shit I ran into in the aughts of back when. Give me what I want. God damn it. Wolfenstein 2. Yeah, that's another trailer that got me to be like, I'm on board if it looks good. Lawbreakers, Tunic, and the lack of indies. Those two were the only two that I saw that had independent, like, small-time scenes and pushed their shit to major developers and said, help. Help. Meow. The Crew 2. The only reason why I didn't throw this with my other car game shenanigans was because this one just seems a bit out of place. When I saw the little decals on a car, I was like, okay, well, is this another one for insert game I've already listed here? No, it's for another racer. Do we have an odd fascination for racers this year? Because I want, like, Initial D, please. Initial D's nuts. Had to throw one joke in there, one meme, like this video if you laughed. South Park and the shattered butthole. It looks just like Stick of Truth, except with a little bit more of a varietous feel because superheroes instead of medieval times. Neutral. Did they give a release date? Probably not. I wasn't paying attention. Don't care. Well, I halfway care. Only because I have like 25% off that because I purchased Stick of Truth. But, eh. Starlink.
Let's even the odds. blood. We need to...
Now that's simplicity at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. Steep. Will SSX come back? Quick answer, no. SSX will never come back. And it hurts me inside. When EA Big lost it, probably, what was it, after Def Jam Vendetta? Or no, Fight for New York, probably. About that time. Little after that time. They lost all their marketing in music. They lost all their marketing in making the game flow go with the music. And then they just said, just put together a game. We'll get it together. We'll worry about the music at the end. And then they have a low budget on the music. And they say, But, Steep looked good. It's snowboarding, skiing, I don't think I can invest time back into those kind of things. Far Cry 5. Go. Let the racism come back to life. I wish I could care. Ubisoft has made it so that way I can't care about Far Cry 5. It looks like Far Cry 4 with an American twist. I don't think I don't want to stick around. If I want to play something like that, I think I'll stick with fucking Ghost Recon Wildlands. That'll do me. I'll go buy that. I don't know. It's just... Beyond Good and Evil 2. I'm happy that they worked on this. I'm very elated that they brought this in. Just... I would want more out of it than just that. I want more. I want more. Give me more. Give me some more. Another one. Another one. But no, I was like, I was not expecting that. That was one that caught me completely off guard, and I enjoyed the shit out of it. Was a little bit weird, yes, because I wasn't used to... I guess I wasn't used to the idea of thinking... When I saw his slap jaws come down, I was like, the fuck is this? And then as soon as I got into the full focus of who it was, it brought it out. It brought it out. I'm just hoping that it keeps that there. I'm hoping it keeps all that happiness in a jar and sets it on a shelf and says, that's his happiness. Let's not break that happiness. I have no idea where that metaphor went. Shadow of the Colossus HD. Another one that took me off guard. I love it. I'm loving these that no one really expected, but do we want it? Of course. Are we gonna buy it? I actually might. On Shadow of the Colossus HD. If it plays exactly the same, nothing added, nothing taken, I'll fucking do an LP. I love Shadow of the Colossus. It's just wonky controls at the time, of course. I don't know how they're gonna like 100%. Maybe I was bad. Maybe I'm still bad. But I want to play it again. HD would be better. Let's see here. I'm a huge fan of Monster Hunter. Let me set the stage here. I am a huge fan of Monster Hunter. I've played 3. I've played Freedom Unite. I have played a little bit of Try over at a friend's place. It's great. It's fantastic. I hope they don't fuck this up. And I hope that it has everything that I remember and more. Because it's been a while since I've played. And I would like to come back to a nice feeling that I've already had once before. I hope they don't fuck up my good old Gunlance, but that's a different story for another time. Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. So, you want to sit and watch a movie for about 6 to 8 hours? A little under? It's co-op. It looks co-op. Looks mediocre, I guess. I enjoy the Uncharted series, just not so much. Didn't play 4. I borrowed 4 and got through the first little chapter before I handed it back to the friend and said, oh, would you look at that? Persona 4's out, or Persona 5's out. I'm gonna go play me some Persona 5. That's a fun game. That's a fun game. And then Yakuza 0 was right behind that, and I have made many mistakes in my life. Playing both those games at the same time is one of them. Days Gone. Of course, this was introduced way back when. They introduced a little bit more of a story. They tried to get a little bit of character development out of it. It worked. Some ideas where you blow up a dam and then a whole bunch of zombies go num 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 num, and then a negotiation, and okay. But what's with the trope of having an angry biker dude in post-apocalyptic? Is this like the redemption arc? Are they? Or nah, I'm not going for it. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinity. Very small roster confirmed so far. I'm frustrated. Marvel, fucking no Wolverine, no Magneto, no Psylocke, no Rogue, no Sentinel at least. Don't do this. If you don't have all the cards in your deck, don't do this. I did see and enjoy the fact that they were pushing Monster Hunter, and they were pushing a lot of other characters on. Capcom's being very secluded and just pushing the envelope a little bit. Meanwhile, Marvel's just like, here you go. Yeah, these good camps. These good heroes. They're not Avengers, but they're good heroes. I mean, there's a few Avengers in there, but nothing to really write home about. Oof. Do they even confirm Spider? I don't even think I saw Spider-Man on that list. Moving on. The Impatient. I love the trailer, but I don't know what it's about. I didn't exactly divulge into any longer trailers or otherwise, but that one trailer during the E3 conference looks pretty square to make you feel that unease of early PlayStation games such as Silent Hill, you know, just that uneasiness. God of War 4. It's a guy, you mash buttons, kick some ass, roll. Make blood appear. Good shit. Just got nothing with it. Call of Duty World War II. I mean, I guess it's another one. I don't know if I'm gonna get this one considering I haven't gotten the past 4. Whatever was after Ghosts. Let's see, Advanced, Infinite, Modern Warfare 3, and okay. Knack 2, I guess. Ni no Kuni 2, I guess. Hidden Agenda. Now, this is by the guys who did Until Dawn, so to bring your phone, yeah, it's all fucking scuffed up now. To bring your phone over to your friend's place and say, yo, let's play video games. Is this supposed to introduce people to mobile gaming? Because every choice is made through the phone. Do you bind it to the PS4? Hello? Is the PS4 going to make phone calls for you? It's interesting in a sense that everyone needs to have a nice little conversation while they're playing a game. Who's the odd man out? Because I guess there's one supposed to be doing something against another. It's a good party game, but how long is it? That's the main thing. Is it going to be in chapters? That way people will be like, yeah, I got to take a piss break, or yo, let's go grab some food real quick, come back, do the next chapter. I don't know. Fortnite. It's basically like Rust, but tower defense. But I'm wondering what you're defending in that kind of thing. Bloodstained. Let's go back to fucking Symphony of the Night, shall we? If it has even a quarter of the animation and the music direction, I'm pretty sure they've got a fucking hit on their hands. I'm pretty fucking sure. Laser League. Who is this marketed to? It certainly ain't the esports scene, because I had a few people making Facebook posts about it. Is it supposed to be for pros? Is it supposed to be for the casual going pro? Is it going to have a pro scene? Is it going to be at EVO 2018? Strange Brigade. I'm just gonna... Detroit Become Human. That was a good finalized for Sony's little conference. It felt like it was trying a little too hard. Cage, I know you can hear me. What are you doing? Making androids relatable seems to be a problem. Making the first trailer they had where it was an android talking down an android. Good idea. Having an android basically do like a, you are ours now. You are now. Drive car. Made it seem really weird. Having them break their little substandard laws of you cannot harm humans, and then having the like human laws. You know, you cannot cause harm to humans. You cannot inadvertently cause harm to humans. You cannot do any wrongdoings in so would deconstructionate your CPU. That's amazing. But then it's like, oh, they're overriding it. Oh, they're doing it. Okay, let's I'll wait for one more trailer. It gets one more chance. That's actually all that I have written down that isn't going into things I really don't want to talk about and or Nintendo. Nintendo I wouldn't mind talking about, it's just I don't have any... None of these games give me an effort to buy a Switch. Not yet. Metroid Prime 4? Maybe. Maybe. A new Animal Crossing game? Maybe. I mean, they already made the fucking Elizabeth weird fucking controller. Her fucking eye slides off and it created some weird shit on Tumblr. I don't want to talk about it. Mario Odyssey, they had another trailer. Put the hat on the frog. The frog is now you. The frog is now you. Decent. Mario and Rabbids. That reminded me of XCOM. Is that what it's supposed to be? Because if it is, Nintendo doing a more child-friendly XCOM. This is an idea. This is a real idea. But at the same time, I don't know what market they're going for with that. I have no clue. Metroid Samus Returns was the other thing. Yoshi has another one. Fire Emblem Warriors, as mentioned way back when. I don't know if Dynasty Warriors is even... Can you fault the Dynasty Warriors grid? Where it's, you go, you kill a lot of people, and you fight one big dude. Rinse, defend, rinse, attack, rinse, do objective, repeat. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, neutral. Never been... I need to try and stay away from JRPGs. I'm way too old for them. albeit I did make room for Yakuza, or well, Yakuza 0 technically is a JRPG. Technically. But no, Persona 5 I had to make room for because, come on. Come on. Kirby co-op. I do like Kirby, but not enough to buy a Switch. Not enough to repurchase a 3DS. Well, thank you for joining me in my ramblings for about 42 minutes. I do appreciate you. I'm trying just to get my mind out as an archive, so if you have enjoyed this, let me know, so that way I can at least feel a somewhat ease of someone out there is listening. I mean, I usually don't write scripts, but like, I've got fucking little thumb notes. I'm starting to get more professional. Hell yeah. But if you have enjoyed this, let me know. Hopefully I can keep doing more things like this. Hopefully I can talk about the shit that's in my weird little library over here. And hopefully I can get to doing some actual LPs. What's that? Alan Wake? We'll see. Maybe on the horizon. But thank you once again for joining me on this weird little escapade. Hopefully PAX Prime will come out with something more generalized for the indie scene, and hopefully we'll see a lot of gameplays, because I've noticed this at like either PAX or PSX, they try and condense everything to gameplay. I mean, a few things like here and there, such as the Order 18 whatever the fuck, that was centralized on movie, but I'm saying they try and give more to gameplay. Here's to fucking hoping.